Good morning. On behalf of the club and its members, I'm delighted to welcome you all to our third meeting. Our intention actually was to organize this club meeting once a year to discuss the game changers, critical developments that affect the government choices, decisions, as well as the priorities of our energy business community. But it so happened that whenever critical developments are taking place internationally, regionally, as well as in Turkey at home, we have been somehow forced to convene again to review where we are and where we are going, and listen also firsthand from the real players what's happening, so that especially our business community, which is the core of this club, have a good understanding of the challenges, opportunities, policy choices, so that they can invest with confidence, because this is a critical issue. This is also the theme of this meeting: how and from where to raise fresh funding for energy deals and projects at a time when the cost of capital is increasing, at a time when we are having serious difficulties. Internationally, I think one of the burning issues is the lower oil prices. Some countries are benefiting from this, like Turkey, heavily dependent on imported oil, almost 93%, and some other producers are having tough time, like Russia, Venezuela, Iran, and others. So we'll be discussing the implications of lower oil prices, almost 42% lower than it used to be since June. And the second critical issue is the appetite. Investment appetite is decreasing for IOCs and NOCs, because in such a lower oil prices environment, depressed economies, including slowdown in China, and oil companies are now scaling down their operations, canceling some of the major expansion projects. And over the past year, more than 60 international oil corporations lost almost $630 billion of value from their books. So we will have a strict discipline, capital discipline. This will also limit the investments coming up. Then geopolitical risks are increasing wherever we turn, in our region as well as outside, from South China Sea to dispute in Caspian, East Mediterranean, then the Gulf, Iran, US situations, Libya. But funny enough, this has not been reflected in the oil prices. You remember when there was Strait of Hormuz crisis, speculation was that oil prices could jump to $250. Despite what's happening in Ukraine, Russia, Crimea, ISIL, the oil prices are going down, coming down. So we'll look into that. And also we will look into the power connections with Iraq, with Greece, Bulgaria, Southeast Europe, and so cross-border connections are on the increase. This will require also enormous amount of investment. Where will this come from? I think another, I would call sexy topic, is the recent proposal by President Putin of Russia to kill South Stream and reincarnate it through, in quotation marks, Turkish Stream. So what will it mean? And is it real or tactical? And so we have here all the key players to talk about it, including our friend from Greece, former Minister of Economy and Finance. What is the position of Greece on that? Happy to have a gas hub on the Turkish-Greek border. Who is going to pay for that? So we will look at these issues. And Southern Gas Corridor is, of course, critical to Turkey, because Turkey is a major investor there as well. Recently, Turkish Petroleum had another 10% in Shah Deniz 2, increasing its share to 19%, thus becoming the second largest shareholder after BP. And then also BOTAŞ increased its share in TANAP to 30%. So Turkey seems to be heavily involved in TANAP. And how will the Southern Gas Corridor continue? This $45 billion project will move without any problems smoothly, or there are challenges? And so we have also the privatization of İGDAŞ, Istanbul Gas Distribution, coming up, approximately $5 billion bill. and how this will go ahead. So we can expand the list of issues to discuss, and we are no short of this long list, but we have enough ammunition and capital, intellectual and policy capital here to respond to them. So without further ado, I would like to ask Minister Yıldız to provide his perspective on some of these issues in about 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Then we will have question and answers from the floor as well as the media before we continue our discussions with other members of the panel, including His Excellency from Iraq. The floor is yours.
Evet.